Morning, buenos dias, wasabal khair. Welcome back for another lesson from English al Espanol al Arabi, where we take words and phrases and translate them from English to Spanish and then to Arabic. And this morning, I'm going to examine a very short Bible verse from the New Testament from the Gospel of John. The Bible, regardless of what you may believe about it, is the most translated document in human history and also available in audio in just about every language, making it an excellent resource for language learning. Also, religious texts have shaped the way we speak our languages, especially in English, Spanish, and Arabic. The publication of our respective religious texts is what froze the grammar of our language in time and developed from there. So with that in mind, I'm not trying to make any religious statements. We're just going to look at the grammar of this verse, okay? And it's a very simple statement found in the 6th chapter of the Gospel of John, verse number 48. And we're going to go over a little bit of vocabulary first. First, how we say the Bible in each respective language. In Spanish, of course, it's la Biblia, the Holy Bible, la Santa Biblia. And in Arabic, we say al-Kitab al-Muqaddas, al-Kitab al-Muqaddas. Now that D in Muqaddas is double, so we have to say Muqaddas. Al-Kitab, the book, Al-Muqaddas, the holy. Actually, it comes from the root, that means special in Hebrew. The holy book. Al-Kitab Al-Muqaddas. And when we talk about the Old Testament and the New Testament in each respective language, of course, Spanish corresponds with English, and we just simply say El Viejo Testamento y el Nuevo Testamento. And the New Testament, which we also call the Gospel in English, and Gospel in Spanish is El Evangelio, the Evangelium in German. But in Arabic, we have two specific terms that we use to distinguish the Old Testament and the New Testament. And the New Testament is Al-Injil, and or Al-Injil in Egypt. And the Old Testament is usually referred to as Al-Torah or Al-Torah, which I believe in Hebrew is only the first 5 books of the Bible. This verse is very short, and it's Jesus making a statement. And it is simply, in the King James English, it is rendered, I am that bread of life. I am that bread of life. Now here we see that as a relative pronoun, referring back to an earlier statement at the start of this discourse in verse 35, where he says, I am the bread of life. However, the Spanish does not reflect that relative pronoun, and we simply find the statement that would be, I am the bread of life. Yo soy el pan de vida. Yo soy el pan de vida. And this is a legitimate translation, because in the Greek we find what would be translated into English as, I am the bread, the life. But as we know, definite articles work differently in Greek and as they do in every other language. And in this case, bread, or o artos, the o can also be translated as a relative pronoun and refer to other earlier stated objects or concepts. So, I am the bread of life. Now in Arabic, we have a very classic construction here. It's I am statement is ana huwa, ana huwa. I am he that is how I always translate that in my head. And if it was a female speaking, of course, it would be ana hiya, ana huwa, ana huwa, khubzun al-haya, khubzun al-haya, bread of life, the bread of life. Now this, when we make a genitive construction in Arabic, a simple idafa like this to indicate that it's the bread of life, you take the definite article off of the first term of the idafa, or the combination of words, and we put the article on the second one, and that indicates that it's possessed by the second term. So, khubzun al-haya, the life. Or in this case, the word al, the definite article in Arabic, almost functions like the day in Spanish. So it's khubzun al-haya. And of course, when we say bread in colloquial Arabic, it's simply pronounced khubz, and we do not pronounce that un on the end. So the reason that it's un is because it's in what we call the nominative case in Western grammar. And the reason that it's in the nominative case is because it's a predicate nominative that follows a state of being statement. if that's at all important. And that's, of course, followed by the genitive or possessive construction of the bread of life, or bread of life. Let's look at the English. I am that bread of life. Now, when we make a possessive construction in colloquial modern English, we often use the apostrophe S, but that would not be very eloquent here in this passage, would it? I am that life's bread. Doesn't work. I am the bread of life. We have to use to sound eloquent in English. Yo soy el pan de vida. Ana huwa khubzun al haya. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. God bless you. Que Dios les bendiga. Ayasomakom.